For the last month, I've been testing this training aid, so I'm going to show you what it is, and then I'm going to test my speed, and then I'm going to go to the golf shop and see if I hit it any straighter, any further, any longer. Right here. This is my review of this. This is the GRF Infinity board. I had this guy that came out here to America called Marcus Bell, who's one of the top coaches in Europe, and this is his big invention. So he left one with me. I said if I'm going to do a review on it, I want to do it a little bit more intense than any other normal review, where I've had this now for 30 days, like over 30 days, and I've been training on it. So I'm going to show you like what it is, how it works, and the whole point behind it, and then we're going to see kind of the before and after results. And it's like a teeter-totter board that you've seen other people using for like weight shift and things like that. But what's really fundamentally different about this one are these rails here. So that it's not like either you're on one side or you're off the side. The rails mean that it really, you can sink into one side or the other and work the rails. That's really different. And then the huge difference is these spinning discs. So usually you use it without these things on there. And you do your drills on here like this. You put these discs on here like there, and they're magnetic, and there's a reason why this is so powerful and really helps people so much. It comes in a big bag, and it comes with these two specially made disc pillows, and this is kind of the first thing that I do with it, is I do this disc pillow warm-up. It's not even really a warm-up, it's an exercise within itself. Like even just the disc pillows alone is like a big part of what I'm trying to learn. You have to know really what you're doing with this stuff though. So that's what I found is I talked to Marcus, and he gave me, put together a special protocol that I can share with you guys, especially like if you're in the Be Better Golf Members Club. I'll send you the doc about it. If it's just like a seesaw style thing, you either kind of like click and you fall on one side, and you put a little bit of pressure and click, you fall the other side. This, you can kind of work the rails both ways as you're doing whatever the drills are that you're doing, because the way you shift pressure is it's kind of gradually building, and then you're fully on that side. It doesn't like tip and flop this way, and that kind of disturbs your balance and doesn't really feel too much like a golf swing. The other thing is, if it's just the one rail in the middle, when you try to do torque things, the whole thing shifts very easily. Here with the rails, if I really try my best to torque this board, it really won't move very much, because those rails have that rubber strip on the bottom, and there's a lot of surface area on it. So this is the signature drill, and then I'm going to tell you the whole point of this system. The signature drill is you lead with your heels, you fall onto the side your heels are pointed towards, right? Then you push up and the club follows.
Use that chain, the shift, the rotation, the vertical. This is swinging the club, balanced.
The full little protocol with his right hand only. Both hands. 1. 5 of them. 1 3/4 or even less. 5. And then try to hit one where I'm controlling the low point. So what is the main point of the GRF Infinity board and this system? And this is what I've gathered from working on this and from having like many conversations with Marcus, is that most people, like if this is your center of mass, like say below your belly button a couple inches, okay? So right here is your center of mass of your entire body. Most people do whatever they do in the backswing, but then they get their center of mass working either level or a little down, and then they swing, and then their center of mass comes up. So their up and down isn't helping the club get through at all. And if you don't do that, you're missing out on speed, but then you're also missing out on the dynamic impact that you need. So what you really need to do is get this center of mass working down and then up as this is coming down. That gives you two things. One, it gives you speed. See, if your center of mass is going up while the club's coming down, that's a lot of speed. It's this coupling effect, or almost like scissoring effect. I go up, then the club comes through. The other thing that gets you is if you're down low enough and you're coming up and the club's coming through, then see, you're hitting the ball with all your lag intact. And if it was driver, you're down and you're coming up as the club's coming through, boom, right there like that. Your lag is still intact as you're hitting it. And that gives you this lower dynamic loft. And it really is the key that I've been looking for years on doing the channel to, hey, how do you stop from flipping it? Okay, this is the area where I've been doing the GRF Infinity board. I have this workout that is everything that I do, that I printed out. And it takes about 20 minutes, maybe like 18 minutes. My favorite exercise for what I'm working on and just the exercise that makes me hit it the best. And that's this thing, I don't know what Marcus calls it, but it's basically the 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what you're doing is you are getting the pressure left, the kind of a trigger, then right. Then when you get to the top, you're landing left again, that's 3. And then I like to just like stay at 3 for a while. Then when I push with this, I feel like I'm going to torque the board. And that's why having the board with these rails is really good, because if I used other teeter-totter or pressure boards, the whole thing would shift. But having it with that rubber pieces on the rail is really good, because I can feel I'm torquing it back kind of in a Greg Norman fashion, which I never used this right leg before, as I'm pushing this, and that keeps me from sliding. So this is the drill here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that was great. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, really good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Moment of truth, really good. So this is working low point control and your sequence at the same time. So we measured it before when Marcus was here on his launch monitor, and I think I was like 158 ball speed. And then once we started training together, I got to like 163 or 4. And I hit a lot of good drives, but some really sprayed. So we're gonna go to the golf score. I'm gonna hit 10 shots, and we're gonna see the before and after, clearly. Is it any better? Is it any different? What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna do my full routine before I go to the golf shop to kind of prep myself for it. So if you wanna see the full routine, click the join button below. If you don't see the join button, go in the description to this video. People are really liking being part of the Be Better Golf Members Club, because we got really into depth into some of this stuff. For example, I put up the entire full workout that I did with Marcus via Skype when we're figuring all these protocols out, and then also me just doing the workout that you can do as like a follow along. And I'll give you this printout. Just email, if you're part of the club, just email me and I'll make sure that you get this doc of all these exercises. All right, I got my glove. Now I'm going to get my driver, but I'm also gonna change my shoes too if I'm gonna do swing speed stuff. Okay. What is the goal? The goal for swing speed after all this, I think when I was with Marcus, I was like 110 or 11, something like that. So if I want to get in the high 160s for ball speed consistently, I think I have to be a lot closer to mid 110, so 3 or 4 miles an hour. I got my driver and my radar, and we're gonna see just air swings how fast I am, because there's no point in going to the golf shop unless I'm actually creating the raw speed with the club head. All right, so this would be like feeling my drop and pop, golf course swing. 113. That one said 123. So 123 is my fastest I've been ever. So, well, since like when I did that Bryson DeChambeau video. The real key for me is like when I'm on the GRF Infinity board, I have to go down, up, and then it whooshes, down, up, and then it whooshes. If I get that sequence right, it's worth like 5 miles an hour more. 116. You can see how much I'm using the ground. I'm really killing our front lawn here. 120. 122. 121, and I've never been this fast, this consistently, ever. I've never done in the 120s 4 in a row like that. This has got to be 120 or above. 123. Okay, so I have enough speed. The speed part is good. I am faster. Those are numbers I would definitely not be able to put up. It was a struggle to get to 113, 14 before in this thing. All right, let's see how this goes. I'm gonna bring my driver in. That way everything's equal. See if they'll let me do it. It is packed. Let's see if I can get in there. All right, here it is. The moment of truth. All right, 115. It's faster. That went dead straight. Right down the center of the line. 267 carry. Only 156 ball speed though. All right, that was harder. Dead straight again. Same carry, 170, 267 carry, something like that. A better strike, super straight. Dead straight, 156 ball. .277 carry. That was better. Hit that hard. This is gonna be a good carry too. Missed the center line by half a yard. 113, 280 carry, 160 ball. Oh, that went so straight. That's like gonna hit the line again. It's unexpected that how straight I was gonna hit these, but that is really straight. That's gonna hit the line again. I mean, it's not long, it's not short either. All right, that was faster. Not that much faster though, 113. That seems to be my ceiling with the, gosh, that hit the line again. I've never been this straight in my life. Okay, 160 ball, super straight, it's drawing, and this is my furthest ball yet. 160 ball, 112 club, and the ball went 292 carry. There we go. That was perfect. That's about as good as I'm gonna do right now today. 311 drive, 284 carry, 158 ball. I keep thinking about that video with Rick Shields, how he was struggling to break 165, and he had to go psycho, and he never got it. And I'm like, 160. All right, so here's the results. I was hoping for longer and straighter and faster. I was longer because my spin rates were better. I was much straighter, but it wasn't any faster. I was about the same. Maybe the difference between the two machines might make up the difference, but I was really about the same as before. But I noticed that the face was much more stabilized and the spread was much tighter. So when I take the potential for speed that I have, because on the swing speed radar, that's the fastest I've ever been. But then when the ball's there, as you guys know, like, it's different. Doing all the GRF drills has helped me stabilize the face and make a better path and delivery because the spin rate's better and the ball's going straighter. And it's also increased my potential for speed, but now it's going to be like a mental thing for me to be able to really unleash that speed when the ball's there. You're kind of putting the governor on it. So I'm encouraged by the results. I'm frustrated that I'm not like in the high 160s or whatever. I'm just barely creeping into like above 160s sometimes. So, but it's much more solid and straighter, and then I can see that my club head speeds are faster. My club head speeds are just not faster when the ball's there. Okay, so it is called the GRF Infinity Board, and I talked to Marcus, and he is going to do a special discount for Be Better golfers if you go and use the link in the description to this video, and also use the code that goes with it. I think the code is BBG10OFF, so it's a 10% off link, which is a really good discount for this. And final thoughts is I really like it. I really think it's helped me because my problem has always been that I had a little bit of a flip and it's passing me. And I never was really able to get my legs to help in the shot. You can use your legs all you want, but if you're up too high, the legs aren't doing anything to add extra speed. They're just kind of dancing and ruining your stability. I put up that entire protocol that I was doing in the backyard, I put up in the member section. So if you hit the join button, you'll see, and you go and become a BBG member here on YouTube, you will see a 1.5 hour long video that I did with Marcus through Zoom where he's explaining everything to do and like specifically how to do it. And then also another 1 hour long video of, or actually it's a 40-minute video of me going through the protocol. Now, if you do it every day, like you should be able to knock this out in about 25 minutes. You should be able to knock out everything to do with the board in about 18 minutes. Then to do the sliders and some of the other stuff that I'm doing, that full thing takes about 30.